Two recent crimes have been making news lately, so let's join Alexis Sita and the Torrance Police Department to find out how you can avoid becoming a victim. Alexa?
Thanks, Ben. Well, we're back for our monthly Community Safety Watch segment, joined once again by Lieutenant Mark Athan. And we're here to discuss two scams that have been on the police department's radar recently. Now, first, let's mention that these two scams have affected seniors mostly, correct?
Correct. The target of these two scams primarily is our senior citizens.
Okay, can happen to anybody, but seniors seem to be the targets of these two scams. So let's talk about the first scam, which is called the traffic bump scam. What is that?
The traffic bump scam is primarily happening during the middle of the day in any of our shopping center parking lots, and it occurs when one of our senior citizens is backing out of his or her parking space in the shopping center. What happens is the scammer comes into the parking lot in their vehicle that already has traffic collision damage on it. There's some dents around the car, all four corners, some paint's already scratched off all four corners. And what they do is they put their vehicle in a position as the senior citizen is backing out, they put their vehicle in a position to where either they cause a minor fender bender traffic collision to occur in the parking lot, or they make it look like one had occurred. And as the citizen is backing, they'll start yelling at the citizen, start honking at the citizen will stop, and the scammer will get out and say, hey, you hit my car. And because it's on all four corners, it's easy for the scammer to set it up because it can happen on any side. And the citizen gets out and looks at what they think could very reasonably have been a traffic collision, a minor fender bender there in the parking lot.
There's no insurance information shared, or what happens at that point?
Right. The scammer tells the citizen, hey, you hit my car, this is the damage that you caused, and the citizen is usually of the opinion of, okay, I'm sorry, let's exchange information, let's call the police, let's do the normal right thing. And the scammer comes off as very nice, very polite, and is looking for a little bit of sympathy from the citizen and saying that, well, I don't have insurance, or I've had a bad experience with the police, or whatever reason they're trying to give to prevent the exchange of information or the calling of the police. And they propose a cash settlement there in the parking lot. And they say, hey, you dented my fender here, will probably cost $300, $400, $500, whatever it is. We've seen up to $1,500. They'll follow the citizen either to an ATM if it's under the ATM limit amount that they're asking for, or if they're asking for a high dollar amount, they'll wait in the parking lot for him and have the citizen go into the bank and withdraw this amount of money, this large amount of money, and come out and they'll pay him.
Very large sums of money have been involved in this next scam called the pigeon drop. So explain to everybody what the pigeon drop is.
The pigeon drop, again, is targeting primarily our elderly, and it's happening also in a parking lot. And it's when the citizen is on approach coming back to his or her parked vehicle. And they'll be approached by the scammer who has a wallet, a purse, a gym bag, something containing what appears to be a large amount of money. And they'll approach the citizen and say, hey, I found this next to your car. Did you drop this? Did you lose this? And they'll flash this money. And at first appearance, the citizen will think, wow, that looks like a lot of money. And they'll say whatever the amount of money is. Hey, it's $25,000, it's $5,000, whatever it is. And the citizen will say, no, that's not mine. I didn't drop it. So then what the scammer will do is they'll say, well, hey, I found it here next to your car. How about we share this found money? And I think the best way to do this is to call a friend of mine who's a lawyer, and let's find out from the lawyer of the legal way that you and I can split this money, this found money. So the scammer will put the citizen on the telephone with somebody who sounds very educated, very articulate, very lawyer-like, and what that person will be telling the citizen is that yes, you can share this found money, but you need to put up what they call good faith money. What I would like you to do, this is a lawyer on the phone saying, what I'd like you to do is give my friend there X amount of dollars, whether we've seen as little as $300, $400, $500, up to $5,000, and say give them this good faith money, and then after a period of time, a legal period of time, anywhere from 24 hours to anywhere longer, come back together and you'll get back your good faith money plus half of the found money. And we've had people fall for this.
In the cases that the police department has seen, seniors have had to go into the bank and see a teller to withdraw these large amounts. So, and that has played a part in helping to solve some of these crimes, correct?
Correct. Luckily, we've had some very sharp tellers here locally where they see the senior citizen come in and engaging them in casual conversation. They'll happen to mention that they're withdrawing this unusually large amount of money for them, you know, their history of how much money they withdraw in cash, and they tell them what it's for. You know, I got in a traffic collision, I'm got to give some guy some money for being in a traffic collision, or I'm giving somebody some good faith money for some money that we found next to my car, and it's, you know, keyed off some suspicion in the teller, and they've called us, and we've been lucky to apprehend a couple of these scammers.
Regarding the pigeon drop, again, similar to the way that the traffic bump scam happens, again, the scammers aren't using intimidation, they're not being aggressive with their victims?
That's correct. They're very polite, they're coming off as very genuine, they're giving the appearance of being just an average citizen, very, very believable, and they're playing off the sympathy and generosity of our senior citizens.
The obvious questions are, how can seniors stop these kinds of scams?
On the traffic bump scam, we just ask citizens that if you're involved in a traffic accident, no matter how minor, that you call the police, you exchange information, and that if anybody's trying to exchange cash out there with you at the scene of a traffic accident, that in itself should be suspicious and you need to call us. But in any traffic accident, just please follow the normal course of exchanging information. If somebody's hurt, call the paramedics. If it's a severe traffic accident or even a minor fender bender, please call us, but please don't exchange cash out at a traffic accident scene.
And if you're tipped off that if the scammer doesn't want to exchange information, they don't want to do their due diligence, you should take down their description or their information, their driver's license.
Sure, if they're not willing, if you've been involved in a legitimate traffic accident and people are not willing to exchange information with you and not willing to call the police and they're going to try to leave the scene, sure, grab a license plate for us and we'll try to follow up on that.
And regarding the pigeon drop, what should seniors do to avoid that scam?
The pigeon drop, you got to go with the old adage of that if it's too good to be true, it usually is. I don't know of any situation I could think of in my police tenure of 18 years where anybody legitimately wanted to try to split found money with somebody who didn't find the money.
Well, thank you once again, Lieutenant Mark Athen, for that safety information for seniors, but it can be important for just about anybody here in the city of Torrance. We will be back again next month with more safety information regarding the community. Until then, I'm Alexa Sita, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Alexa. The Torrance Police Department will hold a series of scam prevention workshops for seniors. The first session is on Tuesday, August 17th at 10 a.m. and deals with telemarketing and internet fraud. Seniors, caregivers, and family are invited to attend this free event at the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library. For more information, go to the city's website at TorranceCA.Gov. Coming up, we'll tell you why the city hopes to complete the Wilson Park Pond refurbishment by August 22nd.
Now here's your 5-day forecast.